A top story at this hour, a day after the Iran-backed group's drone attack on an Israeli base killed 4 soldiers and wounded dozens, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to hit Hezbollah without mercy. He said Israel will continue to mercilessly strike Hezbollah in all parts of Lebanon, including Beirut. Netanyahu said it during a visit to the base hit by Hezbollah near Binyamina in northern Israel.
I want to clarify, we will continue to mercilessly strike Hezbollah in all parts of Lebanon, including Beirut. All this according to operational considerations. We have proven it recently and we will continue to prove it in the days to come.
The Israeli Defense Forces said that it was investigating how the drone evaded its sophisticated air defense systems and hit the Golani Brigade training facility south of Haifa. Israeli army released footage of what it said are members of the Golani Brigade during military operations in southern Lebanon. Israeli soldier Amitai Alon, who was killed with 3 others in the drone attack, was buried on Monday with mourners crying over his coffin, wrapped in an Israeli flag in northern Israel's Agamon Hula.
כל מחשבה שאתה לא איתנו פה, ואנחנו צריכים
Prior to Netanyahu's comments, new airstrikes against targets in Lebanon, including one in northern Christian-majority town of Athio, killed at least 21 people on Monday. According to Athio mayor, the house hit the Israeli strike had been rented to displaced families. Furthermore, Israeli army released footage of what it said was a Hezbollah underground compound in southern Lebanon. Israeli army spokesperson Admiral Daniel Hagari, commenting from inside the tunnel, said the alleged compound was intended for Hezbollah to do a larger scale of massacre than the 7th of October.
We're now in the bunker that we found underneath a Lebanese house in a Shia village only a couple of kilometers from our border. This bunker was ready for WION forces, for a battalion of WION forces to enter into this bunker and do a raid into Israel and do a larger scale of massacre than the 7th of October. They were planned with the motorcycles here to go to Kiryat Shmona, to Iftach, to villages and positions inside Israel and conduct a massacre.
As Israel presses its campaign against Hezbollah militants in southern Lebanon, the United Nations Security Council voiced strong concerns after several UN peacekeeping positions in southern Lebanon came under fire. The UN peacekeeping chief said United Nations peacekeepers will stay in all positions in Lebanon despite Israeli calls for them to move.
The decision was made that UNIFIL would currently stay in all its position in spite of the calls that were made by the Israeli Defense Forces to vacate the position that are in the vicinity of the Blue Line.
Although the Israeli Prime Minister has rejected accusations that Israeli troops deliberately targeted UNIFIL peacekeepers in Lebanon as completely false and repeated a call for them to be withdrawn from combat zones.
Hezbollah uses UNIFIL facilities and positions as cover while it attacks Israeli cities and communities. These attacks have claimed the lives of many Israelis, including yesterday.
In Gaza, the Palestinian Ministry of Health said the Israeli forces killed 2 Palestinians, including a teenager, in the West Bank city of Jenin, which has seen repeated military raids. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has condemned the large number of civilian casualties in the intensifying Israeli campaign in northern Gaza. Meanwhile, in Iraq, a funeral was held for Iranian Revolutionary Guard's Deputy Commander, Brigadier General Abbas Nilfurushan, who was killed in the Israeli strikes along with Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah on 27th of September. This is one of the 2 funerals held for Nilfurushan in Iraq. The second one will be held in the city of Najaf, and later the body will be taken to Iran for the burial.